Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening and watching. If this video has found you, there's a message here for you, but please take what resonates and leave the rest. So happy Monday and welcome to the Monday Mistakes video. Now, this video is time sensitive because I'm going to be talking about the Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, the last Mercury retrograde of 2024, just in time for the holiday season, right? Unfortunately, Mercury is in its detriment in Sagittarius. Mercury is going to be retrograde in Sagittarius until December 15th, but he will be in a shadow phase until the beginning of January. So during the Mercury retrograde time, we focus on all of the rewords: review, redoing, revision, revitalization, rest, rejuvenation, because at times this Mercury retrograde is going to be intense. And this is not the best time to sign contracts, to make big ticket purchases. I know Black Friday is coming up. So if you do purchase electronics, make sure that you keep your receipt and you get insurance, okay? This Mercury retrograde could cause some delays and slowdowns in travel. So make sure that you're allowing extra time to go to and fro. If possible, don't plan long distance trips, okay? Really, it's going to affect all travel in general, but short distance travel is ruled by Mercury, but long distance travel could definitely experience some delays, okay? There could also be communication issues on all levels, right? Interpersonal communication, or perhaps with your electronics or the internet, things like that. But also during Mercury retrograde, your mind could play tricks on you, okay? So just be mindful of that. We just don't have all the facts readily available during Mercury retrograde, but don't stop your life. Mercury will retrograde in a specific house in your astrology based on your sun sign, and you can check that here. So this is the area where you'll be feeling the Mercury retrograde energy the most, okay? So this could be the area where you focus on all the rewords, where you kind of pull back on taking action or focusing on any aggressive goals, okay? Sagittarius is ruled by Daddy Jupiter, and Jupiter expands whatever he touches. So that's why I said this could be an intense Mercury retrograde period, okay? Just go with the flow. We don't push the river, as the Native American saying says. Don't push the river because you can't. We also have Warrior Mars going retrograde in Leo. Now, this is very rare. Mars only goes retrograde every 2 years. So collectively, we're all going to be reconsidering our past decisions and motivations. And I'm going to say especially where the election and politics and celebrities are involved, okay? But we could also just in general experience lulls in motivation. So that's the time when we need to just pull our energy back and rest and recuperate, okay? And figure out what it is that we're needing to reevaluate. What do we need to know? What is Mercury retrograde trying to tell us with a slowdown, a delay, a pause, okay? So here's some tips for navigating this energy. As I've already mentioned, rest when you need it. Don't fight it. We process a lot of information and stuff during Mercury retrogrades. The second tip is to not reconcile with an ex anything, okay? An ex-lover, an ex-friend, a family member that you had to excommunicate. You don't want to go back to a job unless you're guided to. Sometimes Mercury retrograde will have you return to something, okay? But in this instance, you don't want to reconcile with people that you have blocked or cut off or that you're no longer in communication with, because you will regret it. The third tip is to be kind to your mind. Watch what goes in. Don't consume too much media. Don't consume too much negative, gossipy, slanderish type of social media. Don't read a bunch of trash. Do what works for you. I mean, I like to read trash sometimes. I do like to read my little smutty novels, but just be mindful that Mercury retrograde does have a very huge impact on your mental energy. So if you find yourself being overwhelmed or you feel like your mood is being affected by these medias, by these forms of entertainment, then you need to take a break. Another tip is to make sure that your electronics are charged and your data is backed up. Okay, you should be doing this anyway, but especially during a Mercury retrograde. And the last tip is to journal in any way that works for you. There's so many ways that you can journal. You could do a daily devotional. You could use journal prompts. You could just sit down with a notepad or in front of a computer and just type whatever comes out. But journaling is so helpful during Mercury retrograde because a lot of stuff comes up and we can use this information to help us process, to help us to understand ourselves and what's going on with us. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a wonderful day and have a great Mercury retrograde. Namaste.